Hello guys, Techmas here. Today I'm going to be talking about what I just got, and as you can see probably from the screenshot, you can see what I have. Now, I just got a new iPhone 4S. I know it I had the iPhone 4. I didn't get it because I wanted to, not necessarily, but mainly because my iPhone 4, which is from Verizon, suffered the death of this microphone I'm talking to right now. It's kind of funny, it basically just landed on it and it just destroyed it. So, without further ado, I do have a iPhone 4S to show to you that is jailbroken to get this to work. So I don't have to show you it through having a annoying camera. So essentially, let's power it on. And this is the iPhone 4S from Verizon. So, it has been a while, and I haven't had a chance to get all the apps nearly any of them, actually, that I've had. But, on the other hand, I do have some things to show you. And I have to say, this is not going to be a complete review because it's not genuine to the fact that I don't have the picture as far as a camera pointed on the iPhone to show you the exact specs because there is a delay on this. However, I will show you a couple things to keep in mind. The first one is the obvious. Hello Siri, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
That's the obvious one. There's Siri on it, and you could ask it a whole bunch of jokes. Where do I find a hooker? And I have to shrink this down because it shows my area, but hold on, let's cancel that. Where do I find a hooker?
This escort isn't far from you.
So essentially, it'll find me something like a hooker near my area. So it's very helpful for reminders. For example, I could set a reminder to, I don't know, do another YouTube video for tomorrow. Set a reminder to do a YouTube video tomorrow.
Here's your reminder for tomorrow at 9 a.m. Shall I create it?
Yes.
Okay, I'll remind you.
So now I can even go and scroll all the way down, and in my reminders, as you can see, it says do a YouTube video tomorrow at 9 a.m. Now I can specify at what time and all that, but that's its default is 9 a.m. One thing I also want to definitely clear out is the fact that the camera is awesome. It just is. It's a really nice camera that they put in there. Now, I use Android all the time as well. I'm not a fanboy of anything. In fact, Mac, PC, Linux, I use all of those. I do have to say, the reason why I didn't get an Android and did get an iPhone, actually this has to be in use before I stop, but basically, I got it mainly because as far as stability is concerned, and people can yell at me all this, that the iPhone crashes as well, and I will admit that, I've had I don't want to say better, but I've had a much different experience on the end of Android as far as running applications. When applications freeze, and that happens more than once on occasion, it's easy to force close them. Now, when applications freeze on this guy, sometimes and most of the time, you have to restart your whole device. So I will say that I prefer having it once in a while and only having to restart a couple times at the most. However, I will also say this, since I got this, which wasn't too far, and since I've had the iPhone 4, I've rarely had an application close on me. Now, this HP touchpad, which I will be doing a video on, which has Android, it doesn't exactly stay stable. Now, I will grant this that it is a hacked ROM by CyanogenMod, but I have used other phones and have had the same issues with force closing. So that's essentially why I chose this. And I like the small form factor, to be quite honest. Some people don't like the smaller screen. In fact, I prefer the smaller screen because I don't want to have this big thing to carry around with me. But I do like Android, like I said. and I have an Android tablet, which is another big thing to carry around, but that's a separate category in itself. It's a tablet. It's what it is. So I will say that if you're an iPhone 4 user, it's not worth upgrading. I only upgraded mainly for two reasons. One, I don't want to deal with the 8 gigabytes of iPhone 4 storage. This is a 32 gigabyte phone. I will not go any lower than 16. It's as simple as that. And two is mainly I chose to get this because it is an upgrade, and I had the upgrade available, and my phone broke. But if my phone didn't break and didn't have a big crack in it, I would essentially stick with the iPhone 4. But again, it'll cost me $100 to repair the phone and another $100 to essentially get it back on warranty. That's not worth it. I'll just go ahead and buy one that's warranted. Well, sort of warranted. Once you jailbreak, technically you're out of warranty, but not if you're me. So, essentially, you can decide on two things. If it breaks, then go get a new one. It's that simple. Get a new iPhone. But if you have the current iPhone 4, stick with it. It doesn't do much. It's almost the same, except for the fact that the processor is faster at loading pages. Loading applications are noticeably faster, but only because I've been using it for so long. For a standard person to see it, they wouldn't notice much. I will also say that the graphics processing does look better, and the camera's better. So technically you got everything that you're looking for, but as far as the form factor and everything, nothing major has changed. It's not like they've doubled the resolution, although why would you want to? The resolution's fine on this device. All they've added was Siri, a new camera, a faster processor for graphics, and CPU. But there's no major change in the operating system. The operating system operates the same way except Siri, which is in beta, which is another topic for another video. But that's pretty much a glance at the iPhone 4S as far as comparison. If you own an iPhone 4 and are happy with it, stick with it. Don't buy an iPhone 4S. Buy an iPhone 5, which is probably going to come out and be much slimmer. Possibly have a larger screen, which I might be not getting. And as far as applications go, it is faster at loading them. And the camera is nice. So if you figure if you want all of that for the price, then go ahead and upgrade. And if you're a geek, upgrade. I mean, geeks like upgrading. So that's pretty much it for this iPhone. Not exactly a review, but more of a look at it. I can't really prove to you much as far as launching things faster because there is a lag on this. But I figured I'd show you that I do have it and give you my initial thoughts about it. I mean, like I said, not too critical of this thing if you have an iPhone 4, if you have a Droid, and you know, it's like apples versus oranges. I like both. I like apples and oranges. If you don't figure it's worth upgrading, then don't upgrade. And if you figure you like staying with Android, stick with Android. In fact, I love Android. So that's pretty much it as far as should you buy an iPhone 4 or an iPhone 4S. If you already have a 4, don't buy an iPhone 4S. If you don't have a 4, buy an iPhone 4S or buy a Droid. Android really is what, if I call it a Droid, it's actually the hardware, but again, I'm going off topic. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you actually feel generous, like this video. If you don't like it, don't like it. And pretty much friend me on Google+, Joshua Cloutier. It'll be in the link description below. But, I mean, that's just a simple look at this, and I will be reviewing some applications. And probably not the best thing to review games on this thing because it is a little laggy. But that's pretty much it. Definitely comment, rate, and subscribe, and friend me on Google+. Thank you very much.